As I mentioned at the top of our newscast, my co-anchor Mike Gillaspia was on special assignment today securing an exclusive one-on-one interview with President Trump. And Mike joins us now live from the port of Corpus Christi. If we can go to him. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Hey, Leslie, I would much have preferred to be with you there at the desk today covering something like this, but I got to tell you, being here on the ground covering it, well, it may have topped that. It is always a big deal whenever a sitting president of the United States visits your city, no matter who that president is. And today's event just made it even more of a big deal than I thought maybe it could have been. Earlier, there were crowds of people here. In fact, for a while, I wondered how they were going to get everybody in to this area that they had everything set up because the lines were so long and it was taking slow. They did eventually, though, get everyone in, and then the president came out and gave his speech. Then the fog rolled in, which is kind of interesting here. Feels great out here. Now, one of the things that we were able to do is that after the speech, President Trump came to an area where my photog Preston and I were, and he gave us an exclusive interview where we got to ask him about things like water and about energy in South Texas. Let's take a look at that interview. Mr. President, thank you for your time. Corpus Christi obviously becoming one of the energy capitals of the world. What does success here look like by the end of your presidency?
Well, I think it's only going to get better. We helped you with the bridge. As you know, we did a lot of the deep water work right here. I think you're down to 54 feet, so your channel is deeper than almost any channel in the country. And we can even go a little deeper if we have to, but you can handle just about any ship. And overall, you're just doing fantastically well. You're surging. You're almost in a class by yourself.
Well, let me ask you this. You mentioned Venezuelan oil just a moment ago in your speech. Does the Port of Corpus Christi or Texas play a bigger role, perhaps, in our energy strategy?
Really the biggest role, and always sort of has, but now it's at a much higher level than ever before. As you know, we had an attack on Venezuela a couple of months ago, and it was a very successful attack. And we took over the oil, and we're working very closely with the Venezuelan representatives and the president of the country. And that oil is being sent to Texas, and a lot of it's coming right here to Corpus Christi, a place I love. You know, I guess I have to call myself a politician. I never felt like a politician, but I guess I am. But as a politician, I did so well here. It's so great. I did so well in Texas, period. I won it all the time, and we won it by a lot. When I see these tighter margins, I'm almost surprised by it. But we won it by a lot, and the last time we set the all-time record. And, you know, I just love these places. But Corpus Christi was very good to me.
Speaking of Corpus Christi, as the White House is aware, we are running out of water in South Texas. Are there resources the federal government can bring to bear on our water crisis?
Well, we're going to do what we have to do, and we will do. We'll get it done. There's so many different things you can do now with water and the creation of water, including desalinization, et cetera, et cetera. And as you probably know, you have a big permit in. You have a very big ask. I have to say, it's a big ask. This is called a serious money ask, and I'm going to get that thing approved for you guys.
That's, I think we're breaking news with that. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
What are you going to do? You're going to say you can't have any water? The place, it's one of the most vibrant places in the country. We're not going to say it's vibrant, but we're not going to give you water because it won't be vibrant for long. We're going to take care of it.
Let me ask you about the Corpus Christi Army Depot. It plays a vital role in this region. There have been talks of cutbacks and perhaps job losses. Do you see the Corpus Christi Army Depot playing a role in the future?
I do, and we're looking at it, and I do that a lot, where some foolish people end things in other places also that should be extended, that also have great history, and there's one, and I do see it playing a role. It's not going to be hurt. You're not going to be hurt at all by that, and we're going to do something about the water.
Let me ask you a final question here. I know you're here talking about energy and the economy. We've also talked about the Senate race here because that's a close one with Senator John Cornyn. He's got a challenge in the primary. Are you ready yet to announce a preference in that race?
So the problem I have, and it's a problem that I have elsewhere too, you have people running that are all friends of mine. It's a very difficult situation just on a human basis. And I like John. You have an excellent attorney general, you have an excellent senator, you have an excellent congressman, you have three excellent people. So I probably will, maybe I'll wait to see what happens in the primary before I do anything, because you still have a race against a Democrat, which I don't understand why there's even a race, because this is our place. This is a Republican place, and when you look at my numbers, you say nobody's going to win. How can anybody else win? But it seems to be tight, no matter who's going to win that one. I will be very much involved. Maybe I'll wait till after the primary. Maybe I won't.
Mr. President, thank you again for your time, and thank you for visiting South Texas.
Thank you very much. Great honor. Hey, you did a good.
All right, well, you heard that interview there, and the president saying a couple of things that are important to the folks here in our region. You know, Leslie, earlier, anybody who is a Republican in city and county and even state politics was probably here and on the stage at one point or another. And I imagine they're all paying attention now, because the president said, we're not going to let you run out of water. So the White House is aware, and we'll see what that plan looks like when it comes down to making something tangible. Also, he talked about CCAD and being aware of what was going on with CCAD. So we're going to watch there, because our leaders were there in Washington, D.C. recently trying to advocate for CCAD, and we'll see what the president's going to do there. All right, lots happening here today. I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio. Leslie?